If you were no longer affected by the judgment of others and you stopped judging yourself, would you make different choices? Everyone has the potency to make inspired choices. Get ready to listen, share, and experience the creativity that is you. Now, here's the host of Inspired Choices Radio Show, Possibilities Coach, Christine McIver.
Welcome, 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 everyone. I am so thrilled to have you here tonight. Tonight we are doing a show that just speaks volumes to me. It's called Business, Blocks, and Bullshit. That's right. That's exactly what I said. We're going to talk all about business, baby. Tonight's about business. Who wants to play and who wants to have fun about business? Last week, the radio show was Your Voice is the Essential Ingredient Now. And this is, a lot of these things are coming to me at this time in space, and I'm seeing what's going on in the world, and I'm seeing where we're tripping and we're falling, and sometimes we need a little bit of guidance. And this is what the Inspired Choices radio show is all about. It's really about putting out thoughts and ideas and possibilities to invite you into being greater and to creating greater in your life, in your relationships, in your business, in everything that you desire to have and be more of. So if you're looking for different topics, definitely check out my archives page and see what pops for you there. I've been doing radio for, 6 or 7 years now. And so I've talked about a lot of different things. And so right now, what I'm talking about is what I'm seeing in the world. But that's not to say that the archives are not something that can contribute to you as well. And while you're checking out my archives, check out all of the amazing shows. We have thousands and thousands of radio shows, free content, hot content, powerful content that you can be enjoying continuously. And the hosts that we have on the network, that we've had on the network, brilliant, brilliant people. And, hey, why not take advantage of all of that? So tonight, before we get into the show, and I'm telling you, if you're listening, stay tuned because I've got some rockin' specials that I'm going to be sharing, some huge, huge surprises. That even surprised me today, so it's had me popping like crazy, which I love when this occurs. But before we get into tonight's show, I just want to tell you a little bit about myself. I am a coach. I'm a possibilities coach. And what that means is I don't work with you to find out what's wrong with you. I actually work with you, your business, your team, to see where we can go, what we can create together. Because I know if you think it, it's possible. If you believe it, it's possible. If you dream it, it's possible. And that's where I come in. I come in to work beside you, to work in concert with you, to change what's not working and to expand beyond into the realm of possibilities. If that turns you on and lights you up, let me know. You can contact me, Christine, at inspiredchoices.ca, or check out my website, inspiredchoices.ca, or check me out here on the Inspired Choices Network. If you'd like to come play tonight, I would love to have you call in. I would love to have you join us in the chat room. So come on over to inspiredchoicesnetwork.com, and you will see on the menu bar there's a chat room. You can come play in the chat room where we play together. You can ask questions, or you can certainly call in, and all the phone numbers are there on the website for you to call in. So before I dive in, I just want to tell you about a couple of programs that are coming up. Right now, I'm actually involved in, and you can check out the link on my website, I'm actually involved in a telesummit all about relationship. There's over 33 coaches, individuals that talk about relationships. They're talking about coupling, uncoupling, parenting, all about that, and you can listen for 7 days straight. So go to inspiredchoices.ca and check that out. I am also, and the talk that I did on that is Divorce with Dignity, and I have a big promotion. If you go check that out and listen, you'll hear the big promotion at the end. Also, I have an Access Consciousness Bars class that I am facilitating this Saturday, October the 28th. If you would like to join us, that'd be fabulous. If you know somebody that would like to, please refer them and I will give you a referral bonus. I also have a foundation class coming up which will rock your world and unlock so much awesomeness. You won't even know who you are afterwards. How does it get any better than that? So that's coming up November the 16th through the 19th. Again, come join or refer someone and I will give you a referral bonus. So tonight we are talking about business blocks and bullshit. And oh my God, it's so cool. Chat room's starting to fill up. I love it. Welcome, 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 everyone. So tonight, yes, that's what we're talking about. How many of you are self-employed in a business where you are having massive blocks right now, or you have had, and certainly don't desire to have them? Do you ever just scream and say, this is it. This is just bullshit. The blocks are real, or are they? Tonight we are going to dive deep into how business truly is meant to be pleasurable and really about taking some big steps and choices going forward. So, what is business to you? Let me start there. What is business to you? What does it mean when I even say the word business? Right? So many people that I talk to, and even really dear friends that I speak with, they cringe when they hear the word business. And it cracks me up because business to me turns me on, lights me up. It gets me so excited. It's like if I say play to you, what's the energy of play to you? The energy of business to me is play. It is pleasure. And I get it. It's not for everybody in that way. So let me just break down, and everybody in the chat room, if you want to make your comments when I'm asking these questions, it would be fabulous because I would love to hear what it is to you when I ask these questions. So let me tell you what business is, what business really is. It's about creation. It's about creating something, right? Something that keeps you busy, something that is necessary for you because it speaks to you, it fills you up, it taps into you. So it's a creation that you bring to the table, a creation that is asking to be brought forth for others to enjoy. And in the reality that we live in, it's something you can get paid for, right? Now, there were times where you would swap, right, where you would go to the market or you would go to the trading posts and you would trade what you have. And, you know, some of my peeps in the chat room, I'm sure my amazing producer, Keisha, will think of the titles of what I'm trying to think of, how they used to trade. But in today's society, in 2017, we actually get paid for it. Thank you, Keisha, as always. Barter. So we would barter, we would trade back and forth, we would do an exchange of our goods for each other's goods or services, and today we actually get paid for them, right? That's what business really is. It's a matter of bringing forth what I have to share, exchange, receive from what you have. Now, if you break down what it is that you create, be in the world, that you love to bring forth, does that definition change something for you from that heavy energy of the word business that most people buy into? Truth? So, okay, cool. So that, I just wanted to break that down first of all, what business really, really is. So what if instead of calling it your business, what if you called it your creation in motion? Because when you are creating and it is moving forward, it will contribute to you and it will contribute to others. And in that others, it will contribute again through the exchange of monies, exchange of services, whatever that is. So let's start calling it a creation in motion. Absolutely. Thank you, Keisha. All right. So what are your business blocks? What are your business blocks? What are you finding is popping up in your world? What have you seen maybe when you started your business? And maybe if you've been in business for some time now, what have you been experiencing now? Or what are you seeing other people experiencing with their business blocks? So I can tell you, when I first started business, the blocks that I had were actually creation ideas. Has anybody ever had that block where they just don't know what to create? Yes, okay, we've got one yes in the chat room. Okay, I'm suspecting that most people who have gone into business where they started to step forward with their creation in motion, they started to get blocks around what to create, or maybe even how to create. So what if that business block is actually a lie? And here's why I really want to invite you into looking at that likely is a lie. Most of us are in the world looking around us, and we're looking at what people are buying. So what's one of the first things we hear people say to someone who has a business idea? Here's one of the first things that was said to me, and I bet you it was said to many of you. Are you sure there's a market for that? Right? Are you sure there's a market for that? Will people really pay money for that? It just cracks me up now, because it's like, oh my God, so funny. So when you are starting your business, people don't get it, right? And so how many of us actually take our business idea out to people and we go, Carol is so funny. Carol says, I don't have blocks. I have a million choices I'm refusing to make. Okay, cool. Well, that is actually one of your choices, to not choose any of them, Carol, and you can refuse them. How does it get any better than that? So a lot of us are taking our creation in motion ideas to others that don't get it. They don't understand it. And I'll bet you a lot of those people that you're taking it to, maybe a family member, maybe a friend, maybe people that you work with, and you take it to them, and number one, they're not your market. They are likely not people that are looking for your creation in motion, okay? So you take it to them, they have no idea what the market is, first of all, and second of all, they can't even imagine that being something. When I first started telling people that I was doing radio, they, honest to God, gave me the dog, look, right? Where the dog's head just tilts to the left. It's like, oh my God, it's so crazy, holy shit, right? And when they would do that, I, and like many of you, would go into the doubt energy about your ideas, right? So boom, there's your first block, right? There's your very first block. You get this idea about something you want to create, and you're so excited, and you're pumped up, and you want to scream it from the mountaintops, because what is going on in your body is so exciting. It's turning you on. And as you begin to share it with the people that you quote unquote love or trust, they give you the what the energy, right? They don't get it. And boom, up goes your block. Well, if you're like most creative people, you immediately go into judging yourself. Anybody? Anybody? Oh, well, I must be wrong. This must not be really fabulous. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I just should keep this stuff to myself. No, they're probably right. I won't get anybody to buy this, right? And boom, 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 boom. Okay, I've said this before. If you know the TV show Get Smart, Get Smart had all of these walls that would, like all of these different walls, like elevator doors and brick walls and wooden walls and all sorts of doors, like boom, 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 drop, That's what we hear. That's what we begin to experience in our world when we start comparing ourselves to others, number one, and number two, start sharing it with everybody else out there that don't get it. They don't get it. So that's one of the very, very first blocks. Now, I'm going to talk about a lot of the other blocks, and I'm going to also invite you into what you can do to move beyond the bullshit of all of these blocks. Before we go to break, I want to tease you a little bit. Anybody up for getting teased? So tonight, today I've been playing with different ideas that I really wanted to share with people who are in this space, because I know it's completely changeable. And I have 3 things that I want to share with you, 3 choices that you can take advantage of, and they'll all be in, if you're listening to this in the replay, all of these choices are in the posting on the website. But I've got 3 business opportunities, 3 business, let's call them services, that you can take advantage of to change, expand, and just explode your business out there. And I want to share them all with you after the break. So stay tuned, everyone. You're listening to the Inspired Choices radio show. Tonight we are talking about business blocks and bullshit. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Many of us make choices in our lives based on the past or what others think. What would our lives be like if we made choices based on what we desire in this moment? By tuning in to Inspired Choices radio show with Possibilities Coach Christine McIver, you'll receive tools and inspiration you can use to do just that. You are an infinite being with infinite choices. Are you ready to create the life and living you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices radio show every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Are you ready to have pleasure with your business? Yes, I said pleasure with your business. The Pleasure of Business a la carte will surprise you with topics like meet yourself in the boardroom, money, services, and you. Expand your visibility. The pleasure of communication. The pleasure of Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. Christine McIver has so much pleasure with business and loves teaching all things business. Beginning a new business? Desiring to expand a current business? Or looking to resurrect a business that has been dormant? This program will get you fired up and bring more pleasure than you have ever imagined. Exhausted with your excuses for not creating a phenomenal business? Join now for all the pleasure with business. Pleasure of Business a la carte gives you total choice for what you desire and what your business requires. That's 24 weeks of different topics to choose from with weekly calls, audio and video recordings, and PDFs. This class will have you dive right in and use tools to create the business that has been speaking to you. Go to inspiredchoices.ca for full details or join the Facebook page Pleasure of Business a la carte. Now is the time for you and your business.
This is Inspired Choices radio show with Possibilities Coach Christine McIver. To participate in the program, call in the U.S. 815-880-8255. In Canada, 613-800-8736 or Skype us at Inspired Choices Network. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine@inspiredchoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
Business blocks and oopsie daisy. Sorry about that, guys. Thank you, Keisha. I am so cute sometimes. Okay, so tonight, thank you so much for joining. We are talking about business blocks and bullshit. And if this is your first time joining me, thank you so much for being here. If you're a returning fan, I'm grateful to have you. And I would love to know your thoughts, your ideas, and your experiences with business. So, tonight, when what we're talking about is the BS, right? We're talking about the blocks, and I really do get now more than ever that a lot of the blocks are bullshit. They're not real. Now, I'm not saying that you're not experiencing it, you're not feeling it, you're not looking at your bank account going, Christine, I think you're full of it because my bank account says that there is a problem, Houston, right? Well, guess what? A lot of what we are experiencing, a lot of what we have bought into as a block is not actually our block. So before we went for break, I was talking about when we first started our business, right? We're looking outside of ourselves. And when we're looking outside of ourselves, we're comparing ourselves to someone else. And so if you are sharing your business idea and they don't get it, then boom, that starts the block. Well, what about when you are looking for creative ideas? When you start to think, okay, what can I be creating? Most of us, I'd say probably 99.9% of the people that I've ever spoken to, including myself, we go and we look at what are other people doing. So what did Christine do in her business? I went and looked what other coaches were doing, what other life coaches were doing. And then what I started to do was I started to replicate what they were doing in my own business. How many of you have done that? How many of you are doing that? There's not a wrongness in it, but just check in on that. Is that actually creating for you? The way that they're doing it and you are mimicking that, is that actually creating your business for you? Right? Now, if you have a restaurant or you have a coffee shop and you do a lot of the exact same things that the other coffee shop, the other restaurant are doing, why would someone choose to come to your coffee shop? Why would someone choose to go to your restaurant, right? You're a consumer. You know this stuff, right? So I know I've had this conversation about coffee. So here I am. I live in Canada, and one of our number one coffee shops is called Tim Hortons. It's actually a national treasure is Tim Hortons. Now, there are lots of people that enjoy other kinds of coffee. They enjoy Starbucks or they enjoy coffee culture, right? There's all different types of coffee shops out there. Well, we all have a reason why we like what we like. But why do some people like Tim Hortons and some people like Starbucks, right? Okay, Faith, what are you drinking right now? Tell me, because she just said in the chat room, she's drinking a coffee right now. Cool. I bet you it's not, I don't think it's Tim Hortons. I'm wondering what it is. Now, what's the difference between these different coffee shops, right? What could it be? It could be the coffee bean that they're using, right? It could be maybe the process, the way that they process that coffee bean. Oh, it is Tim Hortons. Okay, cool. It could be the extras, right? So Starbucks is a coffee shop that does all sorts of different types of extras. And if that is too much for you, if that's like something that you're not used to, that may be something you don't go to, right? You don't actually, that doesn't interest you. So you look at, what is it that interests me? What is it that they're offering? Oh, and Elsie Joe's in the chat room saying she's drinking tea. How does it get any better than that? So we have different things about these choices that we make that attract us and that has us choose them. So what is it when you are actually comparing yourself or you are mimicking what someone else is doing, how does that have it stand out? Okay? So this is a pretty basic thing, and I'm going to take that basic thing and take it one step further. Is that creation, the way that you're mimicking that other person's creation, and let's just take this back to coaching, life coaching, is the way that you are actually creating that, does that actually speak to you? Does that actually have your quote-unquote energy on it? Does it have your flavor on it? Does it actually replicate or speak of something that is Christine? Is it something that is you? You really want to check in with that. Now, There are lots of ways that we can check to see if something, quote unquote, fits. One of the ways for me is does it light me up? Okay? Does it light me up? And I'm not talking about the amount of money that you're going to charge for that particular service, right? I'm talking about the creation itself. When you read the creation, does it light you up? Does it turn you on? Okay? It's got to turn you on. And I'll tell you why. If it doesn't turn you on, then the vibration of that with you is not going to be going out to the universe. It's not going to be going out to the people that are looking for it, because energy is our first language. And when you create something and your energy is on it, the people that matches with will be easily able to find you. But if your energy is not on it, they can't find you. So you're sending out a quote-unquote energy wave, an energy scent. It doesn't match you, so the people that are looking for your energy scent can't find you. They cannot find you at all. So it's so critical that it has you all over it, that it lights you up, that it turns you on, that it screams of you. And it has to be coming from you. You can only sell you. You can only offer you in the energetic creation. Does that make sense? So that business block really is a lie in most cases because you're actually trying to sell or create with someone else's idea. Okay? Absolutely go and look at what's out there and see what pops for you, what's speaking to you, and take it back to your shop and change it up and twist it and create it and bring your magic into it and see what it is that would like to be brought into the world. Okay? So let me give you an example. I have created, as I said, 3 magical promotions that light me up, and they've been percolating, but they wanted to come out today, so I'm so excited about this. So on our first break, you would have heard a recording talking about the pleasure of business. Now, this is a program that I'm actively providing each week. I have different clients that are taking this class with me. It's a live interactive class. Now, the live interactive class, it's 24 classes long, and it is talking about everything from A to Z with business. We go through so many different things. We talk about pricing. We talk about all different social media platforms. I am looking at every single thing about your brand, the whole 1,000 yards of everything about business. That's a 24-week program. It's valued at $3,600 Canadian, and you can purchase the entire program for $1,500. But wait, there's more. Now, this is a one-time offer only. You can get all of the recordings, so no live participation, but you can get all of the recordings of these entire 24 weeks, all right, that come with audio, video, and written documentation about what you need to do in each of these classes for only $777. That's a discount of 48%. Now, I'm telling you, that is one of the most potent offerings I have ever done. And to have it at that price point is crazy. I don't even know what that is per week. Somebody will have to figure that one out. So that's the first offer. I've got 2 more offers to come your way. But here's what I want to invite you into. If you were playing and you were really looking at where these business blocks are, and you took money out of the equation, would you be having more fun? How many of you are using money, the source of it, the exchange of it, the excessiveness of it, the lack of it? How many of you are using money as the weapon against you and your business and your creations? Everywhere you are using money as a weapon against you It's going to stop you, and it's going to stop the possibilities from flowing. If you get into the play, if you get into what turns you on and lights you up, so many things can change. So we're going to go to our second break, and when we get back, I'm going to talk more about the blocks. I'm going to take your questions in the chat room, or please feel free to call in with what's blocking you, and I'd love to play with you to see if we can change that. And I'll tell you about the other two phenomenal magical promotions I've got for you just on tonight's show. Stay tuned, everyone. We'll be back right after this commercial break.
Many of us make choices in our lives based on the past or what others think. What would our lives be like if we made choices based on what we desire in this moment? By tuning into Inspired Choices radio show with Possibilities Coach Christine McIver, you'll receive tools and inspiration you can use to do just that. You are an infinite being with infinite choices. Are you ready to create the life and living you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices radio show every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
How long have you been waiting to uncloak your magic? To allow the magic within you to rise and catalyze into an extraordinary life deep down you know is possible. Live Your Magic is a 2.5-day experience that will move you beyond your mind, ignite your body, and activate the magic that is you. If you are ready to radically tap into your desires, generate more aliveness in your body and your life, then join us at a Live Your Magic event somewhere in the world. Go to megansolito.com and click on events to learn more today. That's MEGANSILLITO.
This is Inspired Choices radio show with Possibilities Coach Christine McIver. To participate in the program, call in the U.S. 815-880-8255. In Canada, 613-800-8736, or Skype us at Inspired Choices Network. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine@inspiredchoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
Okay, thank you so much for joining tonight. Thank you for sticking around. I am really having fun with tonight's call, or tonight's radio show. So we're talking about business blocks and bullshit. A lot of what is stopping us in our business is really a lie. And what many of us are doing is we are comparing ourselves to others, and we're stopping at that point. We're looking at what other people are doing, and we're allowing it to both impact us in a way of judging, oh, I'm not doing as much as they are, or we're replicating what they're doing, and it doesn't actually speak to the people looking to us. So before the break, I spoke about the first business block, and which is, doing that comparison piece and how you can get into the energy of your creation. So we have Elfie Jo in the chat room said her business block is, she said, it's too weird. I don't even know how to bring it to the market. And I asked, what is it? And she said, the short music videos I make, the visual art, like pictures, edited pictures, multimedia drawings, everything. Okay, so what, if you were actually, and this is for Elfie Jo and everyone else, if you have a business idea, a creation that's coming into motion, if you were to talk to someone who was asking about it, how would you explain it? What is it about that turns you on and lights you up, right? So when you come from that space of why does this turn you on and light you out so much? If you come from that space and you bring in the energy of fun, absolutely, as Keisha said, just start and have fun creating it, putting it out there. When you come from that energy and you start to explain it, actually record yourself. When you record yourself talking about the product, the service that turns you on and lights you up, and you don't have to be, okay, so now I can hear one of my friends in my head going, but Christine, I don't get excited the way you do. Good. Don't get excited the way I do. Get excited the way you do. What turns you on and lights you up? What motivates you? What speaks to you? What do you know that is really, really asking to come forward? Record yourself, as I said, thank you, Keisha, record yourself as you're talking about it, and then go back and listen to it. Go back and listen to what it is that really speaks to you, and then take it from there. Take what you've said and the energy of what you've said and start to look at where you can share it with those words, because your energy is in those words, right? And this will change so much. It's the magic of creation. Yes. I'm trying to keep up with the chat room. Sometimes it can get really busy. So Carol's saying, one of the books I read recently talks about practicing in public. Just get out there, refine, and grow in public. I've been doing that, and holy magic. Phenomenal. So where could you go practice? Practice in public, practice in playing, practice with your motion, in your creation in motion. Where could you just go and practice as opposed to trying to make it perfect? So no perfection. Perfection is a lie, because perfection is a judgment. And when you're constantly trying to make it perfect, it's never going to be perfect, because it's never going to speak to every single solitary person in the world. So perfection is a big old lie. Now, what's another block? Another block that many people experience is, I'm not making enough money. I'm not making enough money. So let me ask you this. Have you tried to create one thing and you've put all of the expectation on that one thing, and you've decided that that one thing is your gem, and that one thing is going to take care of all of your financial needs? Okay, my head wants to explode. Oh my God. Okay, when we do that, we're actually standing. I want you to imagine that you're standing with your hands on your hips and you're tapping your toes, right? And you're looking at this creation and you're like, come on, make me the money. I need the money. Like, what the hell is wrong with you, right? How much are we judging that creation? We're putting massive expectations. So let's say you've done this, you've created something, you've seen what, you've talked to yourself about what's really speaking to you about your creations, and then you've maybe looked at what others are doing, and then you create it, you take it back to your workshop, and you change it up to have it be all about you, and then now you've got this amazing creation out in the world, and then you wrap it up over and over and over again with your judgments and your expectations about how it has to perform. Well, sweetie, if your creation is your lover, he's not going to perform. I'm sorry, honey. And there's no blue pill to change that. So, would you please be willing to create that and then keep creating? Keep creating more. Would you be willing to allow each of these creations to bubble up? Each of these creations to contribute to you in many different ways. When you're not projecting at them, they can breathe. When you are allowing them to unfold the way that they are desiring to unfold for you, magic can certainly happen. That's why, I always knew that having a niche market and just focusing on doing one thing was a lie. It was a lie for me and so many other people because of the projection that we put at it. Now, I'm not saying don't get really clear with your craft, but what I'm saying is don't shut down at one thing that you've created, because if you're a creator, there's more than one thing in you that's desiring to come forth. Okay? Look at the authors out there that create more than one book. They continue to evolve in their writing, and more of what they know comes forth. Painters, artists, musicians, right? People that are willing to really step into knowing that they're a creator create a lot more. And if you are in business of any sort, there's more of that in there for you. Okay, I want to jump over and tell you about my next amazing surprise, a next amazing product, Magic's promotion that I want to share with you. Sorry, my head is going so fast I can't even talk as fast as my head is. So the next one is called the Business Synergy Sweep. The Business Synergy Sweep is a full business review, from a website evaluation to cleanup and linking it to everything where you want it out in the world, up to 6 social media profile branding consistencies, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn setup and cleanup, creating a complete library system for all your creations, setting up a store to link to your website and Facebook, creating a system for you, your team to create, post, and catalog all creations, consult on where you can expand. So we will have some consulting moments together, definitely some consulting hours, discuss your strengths, your capacities, your desires to move forward with your business targets, and guide you on how to create audio, video, and written content to expand and create your products. Now, that entire business energy sweep is valued at regularly $3,000. And for the first 10 people only, you are going to receive it at 50% off. That's 20 of my hours for only $1,500. Now, I, ladies and gentlemen, have been in business and been doing business for more than 25 years. I got some stuff to bring to the table. Exactly. Kaboom. So that's we've got the Pleasure of Business recordings for only $777, and now the Business Synergy Sweep for only $1,500. And if you're from another country, Canadian dollars only. So it could be less money. Now, before we go for our next break, I am going to tease you with the third one. Now, the third one is more of a lower price point, a lower entry point. If you're looking for some guidance, if you're looking for a consultation, this one may be for you. So I'm not necessarily going to jump in and create a whole bunch of things for you, clean up some things, really give you a huge, big package, but this may be an entry point that will start to change things for you in your business. And what I will be looking for and what I will be inquiring about with all of these packages, well, the 2 packages, not the third one, but through the recordings of the shows of the class of the Pleasure of Business, you will hear this inquiry. And the inquiry will be, where are your blocks? What are you experiencing? And let's look how we can change that and move you into possibilities. So before I give away the third one, we are going to go for our last and final break of the night. And if you're in the chat room or you're listening and you'd like to call in, there's still time for me to discuss with you what your block is. What is stopping you that you know must change in order for you to expand your business? Love to hear from you. But until I get the questions, we're going to go for our next break. You are listening to the Inspired Choices radio show with myself, Christine McIver, and tonight we are talking about business blocks and bullshit. Stay tuned, everyone. We'll be right back.
Many of us make choices in our lives based on the past or what others think. What would our lives be like if we made choices based on what we desire in this moment? By tuning in to Inspired Choices radio show with Possibilities coach Christine McIver, you'll receive tools and inspiration you can use to do just that. You are an infinite being with infinite choices. Are you ready to create the life and living you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices radio show every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
What if you really do change molecules by your interaction with them? What if the change you've been looking for is right before your eyes? What if the uncomfortableness that comes with difference could be fun? What if the closed-minded people of the world no longer determined our world? What if gratitude trumps judgment every time? What if your kindness healed the world? What if the earth is asking for your help? And what if you had the resources to give it? This is your invitation to step into something that Einstein, Marie Curie, Picasso, Da Vinci, Shakespeare, Aristotle all knew to be true. Hi, my name is Dane here. 13 years ago, I started to truly ask questions. Actually, I started to be the question, and everything changed for me. What if there are no dumb questions, or any question too large? What if you being you are the gift and the change this world requires? Is now the time? For more questions to create a change in your world, sign up for a free video series at beingyouclass.com. My gift to you, beingyouclass.com.
This is Inspired Choices Radio Show with Possibilities Coach Christine McIver. To participate in the program, call in the U.S. 815-880-8255. In Canada, 613-800-8736, or Skype us at Inspired Choices Network. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine@inspiredchoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
Hey, thanks for sticking around tonight's show, Business, Blocks, and Bullshit. One of the, just listening to that last commercial with Dr. Dane here, being what if. When we're really looking at what it is that we have to offer to the world and we're being ourselves, so much starts to get created. And whether it's just having a connection with someone or it's putting out something in the world as far as your business goes, when you're being you, it emanates across the airwaves. It emanates across the universe. You being all of you changes everything. And that's one of the really big things in business, is that when you are truly bringing your voice to the table, when you are truly being whoever you are, you creating your products, your services, you being you, not trying to fit into anybody else's world, changes every single solitary thing. And what is really phenomenal about that is that you can have a business that starts to speak to you in a way that you've never even imagined. And when you're willing to actually speak to someone else, and you're willing to actually, when you're actually willing to speak to your business, and you're actually willing to commune with your business and ask it questions each and every day, your business starts to speak back to you. And the really cool thing about that is that, your business came to you. Your creative ideas, they come to you. So when you are looking at pricing something, or you're looking at putting something out there, you don't want it to have the energy of someone else's business. You want it to have the energy of your business. So that's one of the keys to being really in communion with your business, is to start talking to your business. And you may think I'm whacked, and I thought the very first time this was actually brought to my attention that it was a little whacked, but it absolutely is true. If you're someone who you do sway testing, or like a lot of doctors, like especially naturopathic doctors, they'll do the arm extending test, where you put a product in your hand and they will see if it drops, right? You can do the same thing. You can hold something of your business and ask it questions. You can do the swaying test, or if you are familiar with the light and heavy tool from Access Consciousness, that's another tool that you can use to communicate with your business and to start to receive answers, awareness from your business. I'll tell you, one of the most creative things and the easiest things for me, and I actually did it the very first time with my dear friend and colleague, Carol Glover, and was to actually get out in nature and to not really focus on it, but to be out and play. And that one beautiful day in Burlington many, many years ago, when we did that, started to open up my world in business in a way that I never even imagined before. And her and I actually created this phenomenal play day. And I still have such amazing memories of that day. And And I really look to that creation of what her and I did, and I bring that forth in a lot of what I do now and a lot in what I create now. And it was so fun, right, Carol? Maybe we could create another one of those days, because that was so epic. I loved it. Too bad we didn't videotape the whole thing. That would have been phenomenal. So before we close off tonight, please know that wherever you are in your business, whatever you are experiencing, I want you to know you're not alone. I want you to know that there are amazing people in the world that desire to contribute to you. And when you are bringing your voice and you're bringing your creations to the world, you are contributing in a way that nobody else can, ever has, or ever will be. And what is really, really wonderful about that is that as you bring your creations to the world, you can have your ingredient in the world, and you can be gifting to people something that they've never even imagined. So I want to tell you about the last business offer, and it is called the Business Examination Consultation. And the Business Examination Consultation is 1 hour with me, Dr. Christine, your business coach, I am going to put your business on my operating table to find the blocks in your systems. I'm going to spend 1 hour looking at everything with you, and that normally is $250, and this is a very time-limited offer. I'm offering that for $77. So that's the Business Examination Consultation is $77, which is a 70% discount. So you can see that I'm playing with the number 7. The number 7 turns me on and lights me up. My birthday is July the 17th, and this is the year 2017, so 7s are talking to me big time. So we have got these 3 different offers. You're going to see in this replay, in the recording, you're going to see all of the links are in there of where you can go to purchase or where you can go to learn more about it. All of this information is on my website, inspiredchoices.ca. I would absolutely love to work with you and turn you on more and more in the world, because you know what? When you're turned on and you're lit up and your business is really expanding and flourishing in the world, we are all creating greater. I know this. I know when you're creating from what turns you on and lights you up, you emanate joy into the world. And when you're emanating joy into the world, we all create more of it, and we feel it, and we receive it. So this is all about business, about joy, about play, and about possibilities. Let me know where you're at. Send me an email, Christine, at inspiredchoices.ca. Let's see what we can do to expand your business beyond where you've ever thought possible, even if it's just one little piece you're blocked with, or if it's kind of like a whole brick wall of blocks. I would love, love, love to hear from you. So my last invitation to you is, if a radio show sounds like fun for you, if bringing your voice to the world sounds like something that you would love to have, because, hey, if I can do it, trust me, you can do it. I actually cried for the first 20 minutes of my first radio show. So, if you don't do that, you are golden. We have an amazing team. We have an amazing platform that we have set up to bring your voice into the world all across the internet. We guide you every single step of the way. If you would like to know more, if you would like to have information about becoming a radio show host, email becomeahost@inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. Listen, my friends, it's time for me to say goodnight. I wish you an amazing week. Thank you so much for being here. And be sure to join me next week on the Inspired Choices Radio Show, where we'll be talking about so many more possibilities. Take care, my friends. Bye for now.
Thank you for choosing to listen to Inspired Choices Radio Show. Christine McIver will return next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. We hope you'll join us. Until then, have the best week of your life by making the choices that bring you all that you desire.